Welcome back, everybody. We're now on episode 12 of my Factorio 0.17 series, and the spaghetti just kind of keeps evolving from episode to episode. Off camera, in between episode 11 and now, I ended up automating my red text, so I now have red underground belts, splitters, and regular red belts. I also ended up automating blue inserters, purple inserters, and even a pump factory, which is all the way over here. So the spaghetti just keeps on growing, and this was done last episode as well. So we kind of have a division of the factory from the fluid handling area and the original spaghetti area. But I'm going to be so happy when we can finally move out of this, because I'll be honest, it's beginning to make me twitch as well. I know it's a couple of you have said the same thing, that it's beginning to be a bit much, and I agree. I am going to be a little sad when this goes, though. It's kind of fun just to walk around and see like all the weird ways I was able to get some products to and from certain areas of the base. But I'm very much so looking forward to having everything organized and having a specific place for everything and having a proper bus and so on like that. So hopefully we're going to be able to move out of here very soon, but there are a couple of things that I want to do in the meantime prior to expanding or making a new base. The first couple of things are that I want to get military science up and running, which should be really easy to do since I basically already have automation of the piercing rounds, I already have automation of the grenades, and I technically have automation of the walls, which is over here. We just have to be able to get all of the materials together in one convenient location. The other thing I want to do, though, is eventually get to blue tech, because I'm sure in my future base I'm going to have some instances where I need the length for my blue underground belts, which was something I noticed in my last series as well. The blue underground belts came in very handy, so I definitely want that before I start even worrying about upgrading or making a new base. And then lastly, the thing I'm possibly considering is whether I want bots or not. Now, I know that's probably quite an endeavor in itself, and that will be quite a tax on my power, but it may be worth it in the end, so that's something I am considering. But with all of that said, let's get started with some military science. Alright, let's see. Military science, yep, takes the 3 ingredients I talked about. It does take twice as many walls as it does for piercing rounds and grenades. So I'll probably want the walls on one lane, and then the grenades and the ammo can share a lane. And I think we'll put some assemblers for the military science over here in this little narrow section that I have available, but just because the piercing ammo is nearby here anyway, and then I think it will be easier just to bring the grenades and the walls over from right to left of the base. So let's try that for now. Let's, I guess, start with the grenades. I think what we could do is just change the output, actually. So it's currently going into this little box, but we'll just change the direction for the output. So we'll have it go this way. And, oh, I'm already running into problems. Let's just move that around. Put that there. There we go. So that way the coal can avoid getting onto this line here. And then just so you guys know, I have been reading your comments, of course, and this is now the 0.17.14 patch, so the pollution buff has occurred. It'll be interesting to see if there's actually any repercussions from it. Ooh. And we just hit a huge pow. Oh, no. Crap. Let's fix that ASAP. I've been using the solid fuel as my fuel source for the steam engines just so that I could have better balancing of my fluids, but I didn't think about what happens when I run out of the solid fuel. So let's use the coal as backup. What we can do is put it onto that line there, and we'll filter this out for the solid fuel like so. There we go. So that should help a little bit. The solid fuel will still end up going on the opposite side, so on the right hand side of the lane here. So that way it will share evenly with the coal, so they can use it as backup. And there we go, we can see power is already beginning to come back up. But as I was saying, the pollution buff basically has occurred with the newest patch that I'm playing on, so it will be interesting to see if there's any effect from that in this episode. It's been a little bit quiet lately in terms of the biters, and hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, but I did take care of the biter nests over here. Looks like there's some biters over here that are getting ready to come attack my iron farm area. But other than that, it's been fairly quiet, and I'm feeling pretty secure, which is maybe a bad thing. But that's part of the reason why I want to get my military research up and running, and that way I can be a little bit more prepared if and when the biters become a bigger problem. Let's move that pole. We'll put it right there. The other thing, so I've been reading your guys' comments, of course, and thank you guys for those of you who are my extra set of eyes. I did notice, even prior to you guys mentioning that I missed a couple inserters and things like that for the previous episode, I think particularly in this area over here. So those have all been corrected. I also expanded the red circuits a little bit here by just making a little bit of a jog with the assembler machines. So those should all be fixed, and I was actually able to notice a lot of my mistakes in the editing process, so that's kind of a bonus of having to watch my footage over again, is I realize all the mistakes I make. But there are still a lot of mistakes that you guys catch of me that I don't catch, so I really do appreciate that. I'll just keep fixing stuff as you guys tell me or as I catch. Let's see, so grenades here, ammo here. And I was planning on joining up the grenades and the ammo. I'm just thinking, we have the ammo currently going down. I guess I could just join up the grenades going on this line, I guess. I'm not liking this. No. Okay, let's move that. There's ways to fix this. Let's put the box back. And I know this is weird and there's probably a better way of doing it, but it's the one thing that's coming to mind right this second. So I want it to go on the opposite side of the lane. There we go. Much better. So ammo and grenades are now on the same line. Now I'll want to filter them out by the time that they come, what, maybe here-ish? Oh, nope, hold on. Stop. I don't want grenades feeding into the turrets or, you know, going all the way around my turret bus type thing. So we'll put underground belts there. And, oh, no, stop. There we go. Filter. Oh, crap, no, I can't do that. Splitter there. Or no. Because I do need ammo and grenades on the same line. I've got this. Okay. Splitter there, but we'll only filter the ammo out of it like so. And then we can have whatever grenades get back on this line going like that, I guess. That will work. All right, so this will be the line where we have assemblers feed from that, like here and here, you know, extending upwards or something like that. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and grab the walls next. And sorry guys, I feel like I'm losing my voice or something. But anyway, walls over here, and we can actually help myself out by making a couple filter inserters by hand real quick because I had these sharing a box. Although I guess I don't have to have the output for the walls right there though, so scratch my idea. Let's put furnaces in that box. Let's do, yeah, we'll stay at one stack for that. Now for the walls. Let's see, how do I want my walls to get where they need to go? So I'm gonna do a favor to myself and prevent the walls from getting onto the line first, and that way if I need to move the line, I'm not wasting a ton of walls on my belt. So it's just a matter of how can I fit the walls. I don't know if I have enough room to like fit through this way horizontally. I might have to go upwards, unfortunately. Problems. Because I would actually like to move it horizontally through here, and then we can just bring it up a line through here somehow. But I don't think that will work. So walls are going to have to go up and around in all sorts of spaghetti type fashion. So we'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. And our walls are going to go up this way. And then we'll have it start curving around over here. We'll probably have it fit through this little space there. Like that. And I'll probably have to move some of my power poles here. But thankfully I have the upgraded power poles, so I don't have to use the wooden ones anymore. So that does buy me a little bit of room. There we go. And then we're out of the regular underground belts. Let's grab a couple more since we're fairly nearby. Where are they? There we go. We'll grab half a stack. Eventually I'll get to the point where I'm primarily using my red underground belts and stuff like that, but unfortunately I'm not quite that rich. Okay, so... Ooh. Here is my problem area. Okay, what I'll do instead... Let's move that thing again. Underground belt there. And then we're gonna wiggle around this way again. Alright, so this will be our walls. Like I said, this will be its own private line. And let's join up the ammo and the grenades right there. Alright, so now let's start expanding the assemblers. Let's do maybe 5 for now for the military science assemblers. We'll put the recipe in. Oh, where did that go? Military recipe in right there. Extend it there. Extend this down. And then we can bring the wall belt line over here. Let's join that back up. Let's do the walls actually on the opposite side. So right there. And then this will connect up with the line at the top. There we go. So now you can worry about putting in the inserters and power and stuff like that. We do have to worry about an output line though, which output line can go like this. We can use the red long-handed inserters. We'll feed like that so military and blue science can share a belt line. That way I don't have to worry about making a new line for the labs. And then power and more inserters. Power next, right there. And the red inserters will finish this off here. There we go. So now let's connect up the walls to the actual belt that we just made. I think all we're missing is an inserter, which is correct. So that will go there. Perfect. So I guess I probably want more than one assembler automating walls now that I'm thinking about it, actually. Let's see what we can do. Get rid of that light there. And we can just add a couple more assemblers. And we'll upgrade this guy to a blue assembler. There we go. So we might expand on this. In fact, we'll probably have to expand on this if we're going to even remotely keep up with military science at all. But that should mean that our walls should be coming down the line here very shortly, hopefully. Yep, there they are up here at the top. Only 3 at a time, unfortunately, so we'll definitely have to expand the wall section. But in just a minute, these should start producing military science as soon as it gets all of the ingredients. And then we'll be one step closer to being a little bit more defensively and offensively prepared. There's actually one more thing that I was thinking about doing in terms of like military readiness this episode, and that is to make a car. So for that, I just need a couple engines. I'm not even sure off the top of my head how many, but let's grab a couple. Oh, it conveniently takes 8 exactly, so I can make it in my pocket. Probably no need to automate cars at this point in time, but we can put this guy right there. Oop, and we're getting attacked every once in a while over here to the iron farm, but it's doing okay. We can put some fuel in, and we can put some storage in for some ammo and things like that. That way we're ready in the future. In fact, let's make it so we only have an even 100 in my pocket there. All right, cool. So at some point we can take this out, either start getting rid of more biter nests if they become more problematic, or we can start exploring in this area over here, which will become the new location of the new or eventual base. So we can wait to do that. Instead, I want to get focused more on beginning some more research for some base readiness. And gosh, look how slowly these are working because the walls are so slow. But in terms of what we can do for more research, I don't want to worry about trains quite yet because that would require having a plan for the base, which I don't have quite set in stone yet. I will let you guys know as soon as I do with like a base plan video. Modules, though, would be nice because modules will eventually be needed for the production science packs or the purple science. Cliff explosives would be nice. In fact, if we had cliff explosives, we could technically expand the furnace section. So I know we can't expand upwards, obviously, but if we got rid of this area for the cliffs, we could expand downwards and just move the belt lines for the ore a little bit. So that might be an option. Advanced electronics would be nice. That will be needed to unlock the utility science, which goes into kind of the things used for armor and like upgrades and stuff like that, which I definitely want. Those are basically the quality of life things that I really enjoy. I do have modular armor now, though, but of course I don't have anything to put in there quite yet. So utility science will be something that we have to consider at some point. But enough talking and more choosing. Let's see. I don't think I want to use anything that requires military science quite yet since I'm waiting for those to kind of build up. So let's do the cliff explosives. And that will start getting done. We can add these onto the lines here. Let's go expand the wall section while I wait for that to finish researching, and then I'll be back in just a minute, you guys. Alright, the wall upgrades for better or worse are done. I say for better or worse because it's quite the ugly spaghetti mess, which is very in theme with the entire rest of the base. I basically added a couple more smelters to the very end of this and kind of looped the stone brick around to feed these 4 assemblers. I definitely don't have enough stone production to keep up, but the nearest stone farm area nearby would be either this one over here, this one, or this one, so I don't want to have to worry about belting that in, and oh my gosh. I guess it's a good thing that we've begun to worry about military science, which I haven't done any research with military science yet, but you can see the biters are beginning to get a little bit more aggressive. So let's start to do some military science now. I guess what would be most useful? We could do military 3, which would be nice. That would unlock the ability to have a combat shotgun, and then slowdown capsules, poison capsules, which I don't imagine myself automating those anytime soon. But that would at least give me the option to do that if I so chose. So, ooh, an acid. Okay, so maybe what I need to worry about is getting a little bit of a perimeter wall on this side now. I've only worried about it really for the left and southern sides, but it definitely wouldn't hurt to have the wall extended upwards further. So let's just keep that in line here, and you can see all of these biters nearby, I guess, that have been coming in. We'll just extend this over near the steam engine area, I think, make it a full wall around the entire area. And I know that doesn't leave us a whole lot of room to play with on the inside of the area, but thankfully, as you guys can tell, I've been becoming a little bit of an expert on fitting things in tight spaces, so I don't think that will be too much of a problem. Let's grab some walls, I guess, which thankfully we have increased production of at this point. That hasn't given me very much, only 40. And military 3, a little slow going, unfortunately. I don't even think I'm doing 1 pack a second, to be honest, with either, with most of my sciences. Oh, I didn't mean to be grabbing brick. I meant to be grabbing walls. My bad. Let's head down to the very end where the military science assemblers are going. I fixed this up over here since I was ending up getting grenades onto the wrong side of the belt, so this solved that problem. Whoops, but here I've got a couple bricks on the line. We'll grab up all of these walls. Thank you. Let's grab a couple more turrets too. Where are my turrets? The problem with having a spaghetti base like this is I lose track of everything. Oh, there it goes. And then I probably should have grabbed more ammo. Actually, no, I don't need to grab more ammo because I'm going to have automatic ammo feeding into the turrets. What I need actually is more belts. So let's increase the stacks on those like that. And then next, after military 3, we might do some cheap additional military research. But I definitely do want to get modules research because looking at, what science is it? I'm looking, I think it's for Logistic 3. Yep, there we go. So Logistic 3 will unlock the blue tech that I was talking about at the beginning of the episode. That will unlock express transport belts, the underground belts, and the splitters, which I really, really know I will definitely want for upgrading or building a new base. This unfortunately takes purple science, which I don't yet have unlocked, but purple science requires productivity modules and regular modules prior to that. And it also takes advanced material processing too. So those are going to be priorities. I'm not sure that we will get to it this episode, unfortunately. We don't even have purple science unlocked yet. So we're a little ways off from that. But let's finish up, I think, with this defensive wall, and then we'll be calling it an episode after that. Alright guys, military 3 is finished, which means we can now start working on the modules, which is this one here. Again, that will unlock purple science, which will come in handy for logistics 3. So let's do that. And that's going to start researching, and in the meantime we will continue finishing off the turret belt wall type thing, which I almost have done. I started here at the end, just brought the ammo belt line over here, just continuing upwards. And we're just going to end it over here at the steam engine setup. Let's hurry and get it where it needs to go before these biters take down my newly built wall. And we're beginning to get the purple spitters, or the purple biters, whatever these guys are, which are upgraded biters, so those are a bit meaner. Let's repair that, fix stuff. Too bad I don't have any automation or ability to do repairs around the base quite yet. That will happen once I get bots, but that is definitely something I wish I had. Let's go back to the turret over here so I get them evenly distributed how I want them. Oh, I should have grabbed more turrets along the way too. Whoops, let's make a couple by hand, just passively, just to get to the end of the line. And we need some inserters. Whoops, I made that too far out. Last one over here. Now we can bring over some power. And I think that will do it. Let's add in just a couple lights. I don't have many on me. And then a radar would be nice too, although I think I have one nearby, don't I? Maybe not. But yeah, let's put a radar machine right there, which I know might cause the biters to aggro more specifically to this one area, but we do have the turrets nearby. Let's just build one more there, just in case. There we go. All right, modules finished. Now we can do the productivity modules, which is that one there. That's fairly affordable. Oh, I need to extend that belt down a little bit because the ammo wasn't quite making it to the end. All right, but I think this is a good place to end it since the base is now fully defended, which is pretty good for me. I think this is probably one of the first early game bases that I've done something quite defensive like this. You can see the turret range like that there. We're very well defended at this point now, so I'm feeling pretty confident. We're getting even closer to purple science and further automation hopefully in the next episode for blue tech. So I hope you guys will stick around for episode 13. In the meantime, don't forget that you guys can join me for the fan server with details listed down below, and I will plan on seeing you guys next time.